All right, I think we are live.
I think we are.
Double check. Loading. All right, I'm showing that it's live.
Yeah, we're live.
There
on
we go. We are live. All right. There we go. Hey, everyone. We got a couple people watching, which is good.
Yeah.
So this is our second one, right, Mike?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure it was our second because I was
Yeah.
thinking it was our second, but I wanted to double check. So this is our second think tank stream. And we don't really have any set plan on what we're going to talk about, but that's okay because we're always find something to talk about.
Exactly. And I am paying attention. I'm just posting and sharing and all that good stuff.
Oh, you're totally fine. We've already got the aquatic monkey business in the house, so that's always good. Guppy Boy's already here too.
What's up, everyone?
We got Julian, we got Big Tank Hank, we got Sharon here. Oh yeah, we're getting up there. Sorry we're a little late, everyone. We've kind of been running around trying to get it all to work, and I was helping Trent out over at his fish room today, so I just got back a little bit ago, and then we had some friends stop over, and I had to give them some plants for their fish tank because I felt bad for their fishies.
Sounds like excuses to me.
It is excuses, all excuses, but good excuses, right?
They're very true.
And then we went to early dinner, like an old person dinner, and had a chicken pot pie. So
I had some, what was it? A chicken Alfredo.
Ooh, there we go. Chicken day.
Yeah. I can't complain too much. It's always chicken day.
Yes. Hey, JT, how you doing, man? Good to see you. All right, we're getting up there. If anyone's got any questions for us today on this beautiful, what is it, Saturday? Saturday, right?
Yes.
On this beautiful Saturday, throw them up in the chat, and we'll try our best to answer all of them.
And Trent's coming soon. He's just running.
Yeah, he's taking care of his daughter and stuff, so he's gonna be a little late, but there will be all three of us, like per usual, with the think tank. So what's new with you, Mike?
Not much. I feel like I got something new, and I don't. But
well, you're still doing your outside ponds.
Yes,
which is pretty new.
Still doing the outside ponds. Getting some new rice fish fry because I moved all the adult rice fish out into a pond, but I left all the eggs and the plants inside, so they're starting to. What was I thinking? Starting to hatch out, and I'm starting to see a lot of fry there. And then I'm gonna rescape some tanks here probably Monday because I'm going out of town tomorrow. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we're trying to with this coronavirus thing. We're trying to figure out when we can book some flights to come out your way potentially.
So, yeah, that'd be fun.
We'll see.
Oh yeah.
And sorry if I'm looking off camera too. If anyone's gonna be worried about that, I just got a new webcam, so I'm trying to figure it out. So. Julian is asking what the best baby guppy food is. What's yours, Mike? And then I'll chime in.
Oh, if I don't grab my headphones too hard. And then, hold on. There we go. So what I feed my fry, primarily, is caught fry food. And then this is a little electronic grinder piece. And I've got the extreme krill flakes and the spirulina flakes in it at the moment, but I've had like bug bites and stuff in it as well before.
That's definitely the way to go. I really need to try the aquarium co-op fry food because I haven't yet.
It's great.
And you guys can't say enough good things about it, so I think it's one of these days I'm going to have to definitely try it.
Super quick. This is $10, and then it's like I've used maybe an eighth of it, if that.
Yeah.
So well, I've had it for like a year.
The easy squeeze bottle thing is really nice too because you can even refill that with like your ground up food from your pepper mill.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you've got more food to go.
Well, like the co-op sent this to me. Corey sent this to me. Like I said, I want to say it was like August or something like that. I feed it every day. Still got a whole thing of it. So
I feed quite a few different things. My problem is I get people like you guys, which in our own personal chat, I've renamed our messenger stream into the AKA the money pit.
Yes.
Because every time something comes up, we're always buying the other product that everyone else is talking about. So I've got about 35 different food types.
I was going to say, I've got the Sarah food that you guys recommended in a
that
box.
stuff
I
is
just didn't
good.
feel like digging for it.
That stuff's really good. I really like that. But as far as like a good fry food, I mean, nothing beats BBS. That's just a given. I really like the Sarah. I did that whole test. So we've got, the Extreme, we did the Sarah Micron, and then we did New Life Spectrum, and then my own concoction, kind of like you, where I kind of grind up food that's already pre-packaged and kind of make it smaller for the fry to eat. So there's a lot of good options out there, but BBS, I think you agree with me on that one, is probably the best one for sure.
Yeah, I'm just like super lazy, so I have all the hatchery stuff, and I even have an easy hatchery stuff, and I just don't like resetting it every day.
Well, that's why I got the Zis, the 2-liter one.
Oh.
And then what I've been doing is I've been hatching out a crazy amount and then been freezing them.
Yeah.
So I'm getting a lot of BBS babies. So and they're like these little teeny tiny little cubes. And I can just throw one into each tank and it's perfect. It's perfect.
See, I thought about doing that, but I just that still requires hatching them and then freezing them, and just too much.
Yeah. Well, and you've got such a small area too. I'm lucky enough to have a whole garage that I can take over. So
yeah.
Let's see what else we got going on in the chat. Guppy Boy asked me when I'm going to start my fish tubs. I'm going to do fish tubs, but I am in the process of building a pond. So this spring, Trent's probably going to come out and help me build it, and it should be pretty awesome. I'm excited for it. I don't know what I'm going to put in it yet. I'm deciding either between just doing cold water, because we're in such a cold climate here that I don't really want to do anything that can, when the winter hits, like drop super crazy low. So I don't know if I want to do guppies yet or not in it. I haven't really.
How deep
decided.
Are you making your pond? Or how big?
I think it's a 250-gallon pond. It's one of those preformed ones from Home Depot.
You could heat it.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide if that's what I'm going to do or not. It's one of those.
Pull a Lucas Brett's and just have all those heated
put the acrylic
tanks
on top or something, and like what is it, Fat Farm?
Something
the guy
like that.
The Fats Ranch, where he does his goldfish outside all year round. I don't know. I haven't really decided yet what I'm going to do as far as a tub or any of that stuff goes. So JT's asking, do you guys prefer less wattage heaters for tanks or more watts for your tanks? For example, 50 watt for a 20 gallon or 100 watt for a 10 gallon or for a 20 gallon.
So you want to go first? Or I can?
I use all 50s. I've got a couple hundreds, but mostly all of mine are 50s, but that's because I heat the garage. So that way I don't really have to use the heater that much, but if 50 is enough to, within a few degrees, it'll turn on and change my water temp.
Yeah, so I use 50s in my 10s. And then the 120 gallon that I have is, I have a Fluval E100. I probably would have just bought a 50 watt for it, but I wanted the E series, and they're only coming in 100. So
yeah, I think my 75, I've got the same thing in it. I think I've got 150 watt in there. So
see, I've got a 300 watt. I think might be 250. I'm pretty sure it's 300 in the 75. But I also keep my window open at night, so it does drop to like 40, 50 degrees in here.
Yeah.
So.
Well, my garage will drop a little bit at night. In the winter, I think the coldest it got in here was 72, which isn't too bad. But then the warmest it got was like 90 when the wind wasn't blowing or anything. So the heaters weren't turning on. But the water change is good, temperature wise. So I'm not too worried about it. But if you're going to do a cold room with a 20 gallon, probably go with the 100 watt. The higher the better for that.
Well, see,
the 50
watts
just can be running all day.
Well, see, I know, what was it? Aquarium Co-op, Corey.
Mm-hmm.
He did a live stream about heaters a while back, and he was saying one of the big problems that people have with heaters is they only turn on and off a certain amount of points. So it's actually better to have a lower wattage one that's running all the time than it is to have like multiples.
One that flips on and off.
Yeah, one that flips on and off. Or like instead of for the 100 watt, have 250 watts, but now you're buying 2 heaters and 2 plugs. And
yeah. But I mean, you can get a 50 watt heater for like nothing.
Yeah, you can get a 100 watt heater for like nothing plus 1.
That's true. That's very true. I usually run all 50s though, because I've got that really good deal from a vendor who hooked me up. So nice. I bought, let's see, I'm at 30 something 50 watts right now. So he kind of hooked me up with a good deal on those. So
yeah, I just use the Eheim Jaggers, and I buy them usually off of Amazon.
Yeah, I got that one. I got one from the Beta Barracks. I do have one of the Jaggers in there, and that one I think was a 150 watt. And I got that on the PetSmart because you put out that video about how to save money in the hobby, and it was the Pet Perks or Pet Trails or whatever.
Something like that, yeah.
So I got the $30 heater for $5 when I was all said and done. It was an awesome deal.
Yeah, because they price match on Chewy. I want to say they're the same price as Amazon, so they'll price match if you want it same day, and then you can get the $5, $10, $15 off.
Yeah, and then if you do the pickup in store, order online, that's even
10%.
more discount. Yeah, it gets it down way crazy in the good pricing.
That's why I got both of my AquaClear 110s from PetSmart, and I paid less than $50 brand new for each of them.
Yeah.
So
if you just do your searching, you'll find them.
Yeah, and if you're patient, you don't need it like right this second, because the AquaClears go on sale quite a bit, and so they drop down to $50 2 or 3 times a year, and you can still use your coupons and stuff on top of that. So
yeah, definitely the way to go. Let's see. Sharon says here. I'm gonna see if I can do this. Oh yeah, that works great. I've never done that. We're putting up the question we're asking on the channel here. So let's see.
Nice.
I would love to do outside tubs. I have Corey's fry food and the pepper mill. I also use this era. Perfect, Sharon. You're doing it right. I still have to try that fry food though. Everyone says it's great, so
it's good. It's worth it. It's worth the $10.
Yes. Let's see. Maria says, yes, Michael told our mom about food. She ordered a bunch of bottom feeder foods.
Oh yeah, the Fluval Bug Bites bottom feeder things. I doubt they're still on sale, but they were on sale for like $1 or $2 a piece in Amazon. So.
Yeah, there's some really good deals out there. Is it Corvus Hoskin that usually puts them up on his? Where it's
I was gonna say Palmer Aquatics usually does too.
Palmer does them too. Yeah.
And Steenfot I think does as well.
Steenfot's the one I'm thinking of for sure. Let's see. VB23 says, can you tell us about your trip? Yes. I mean, I did that stream last Sunday. I don't know how much more I could really get into without making this stream depressing too. But it was interesting. Very, very eye-opening. I don't know, just kind of a different world down there. Made me really sad for fish and for all living animals down there. And even the people. Made me really sad for the people who live there. So I don't really want to get too into it because it was really depressing last Sunday, and I don't want to get that one down on this one. So, but everyone go to Project Piaba, go to the CARES program, look up some stuff, figure out how to help the environment, go to 4Ocean, buy a couple bracelets, do what you can do. We all need to do something. If we can all do something, then we can all help out. Let's see. David. Good to see you, David. How you doing? I do guppies every year. Just need to watch the temps below 50 and you lose them. Perfect, David. I'll have to do that. I wonder if I just put a piece of acrylic over the top of the pond and heat it, if it would do okay.
Yeah, see, I keep debating about throwing guppies out in my one of the 27 gallons. I was going to try and save one of them for when I go up to Oregon and speak, but it's looking like that actually might get canceled because of all this stuff.
Yeah.
And so I'm tempted to just throw some stuff in it and let it start working out. But, I'm trying to keep some stuff I can keep out there year round.
Well, nice. Maybe I'll send you some. I've got
maybe.
some cool strains that are coming in. So.
Yeah, since I tend to not have good luck with them. So.
Yeah, well, I actually just picked up from Susan over at SLC Aquatics. So she was doing a full offload of all of her stuff because she's having some family stuff going on right now. So I bought all of her red tuxedo koi pandas, I think is what they were. And I'm really interested to see what they come in like. But
I think I saw those on your website.
Yeah, I bought all of them. So I bought their whole colony of them. JT said, yeah, I think smaller heaters for the tanks for sure. Yep. Valley Fish says, hey, yeah. What's up, Valley Fish? Good to see you. David said, I just heat my room. Could you imagine 235 individual heaters? No, I couldn't. 235 individual plugs would be worse.
Yeah, for real.
Heavenbound Farms, good to see you. Welcome to the stream. I wonder when we're going to get Trent in here, if he's ever going to show up.
I was going to say, he said just a couple minutes, and it's been, what, 20 minutes?
Yeah, he's taking his time, but that's okay.
Yeah,
we've got time too. Yeah. Oh, well, it's a Saturday. and everyone's stuck at home. So you've been stuck at home, haven't you?
Yes, to a point. Not really by my choice, but more of just everything's kind of getting canceled and dead.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we were supposed to have our auction this morning at like 11 here in Salt Lake, and they ended up canceling it. So it's kind of bummed out because I wanted to sell a bunch of stuff, but because we're not doing the auction, we did a bunch of discounts and sales on our website. So we're trying to get rid of a bunch of stuff through there, which is going to be awesome.
oh yeah,
Should I do a shameless plug right now?
yeah. Go ahead. do it.
SaltCityAquatics.com, 50% off Bettas. Let's see here. I'm excited to bring my fish outside tomorrow. Oh, you must have better weather than us because it was snowing on us this morning. 62 degrees like 2 days ago, and now it was 38 today.
Well, it's raining today here, so
Yeah. Well, I guess he said he's putting out his white clouds. So,
Yeah.
and he's got 2 weeks off of school, so he'll be fine.
mine stay out all year. So
Your white clouds do?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, you've got them in the front pond.
yeah, I've got them in the front porch, and then I've got 6 of them, or actually I think 5 of them. I think I lost one. 5 of them in the little 10-gallon here, but they're gonna go chill with my goldfish at the office here once I get this new fish in. So
And you don't want to close what new fit is, I'm guessing.
I don't care. You can say it if you want.
Oh, I'll let you say it. It's your fish?
It's a very, very, very nice beta fish from Salt City Aquatics.
Yeah.
So yes,
I
very
actually-
looking forward to it.
I wonder if I have a picture of him on my
I have it
phone
somewhere
here.
on my phone.
Yeah, I know I've got it on mine. But absolutely gorgeous fish, and Mike is getting the best one.
Yeah,
Well,
I
not the best.
appreciate it.
You're getting a
Well,
great one.
A good one. He looks good.
Yeah, let's see here. Oh yeah,
I hope
it's
you're
kind
awesome.
of hard
Oh,
to
yeah.
see on the, but that's him right there. Oh yeah.
We can double it up.
Yeah, you can see like the iridescence in the scales there. Lots of really beautiful colors on that guy for sure.
And I'm excited for the fact that it's a short fin plakat style versus
Yeah, the
long fin.
placats. Yeah, they're definitely a quicker fish, which is nice. I've had the long fin ones, and we've unfortunately lost all the long fin ones now. They both got dropsy and didn't make it. But
Yeah.
I feel like the placats are just a tougher betta. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's just because there's not as much finnage where they get more likely to get the diseases, but all of my placats have been doing great. So
Yeah. Well, I know my long fin. I keep losing my train of thought tonight. My long fin beta fish was at my office for the longest time, and it just was not. It kind of sat in the corner. It was healthy, and then it just started kind of deteriorating, and I was like, I don't want to do the whole long fin thing.
yeah, sometimes I feel bad for them too if they're like in a really tall tank,
Yeah.
because then it takes them forever to get to the top to the bottom, and it causes a lot more issues for them. So let's see. So VB23 says lowest for me is 40 degrees. Well, you're lucky. Sharon said really pretty. Yeah, I'm excited to see what macro footage you put out of him when you get him. It's gonna be
Definitely able to do
beautiful.
that. Oh,
I'm
yeah.
super excited.
Oh yeah, I told V he could put out his white clouds.
Yeah,
It's like might have been out year round. His temperatures are fine.
yeah. No, he should be fine. Have you guys seen the CTPK Crown Tail Plakat mix?
I don't really like crown tails at all.
I don't either.
So I stay away from them.
Yeah, crown tails make me feel like the fish has been shredded.
Yeah, they just look
Which,
weird.
yeah. And same with the guppies. When there's a crown tail guppy, I just feel like that's just something that I'd rather have a delta or a short fin or a mosaic of any kind. So let's see. Julian Godello? What do you think how do you think you pronounce her last name? Delgado?
Delgado.
Or is it Spanish and you forget the 2 L's?
I was just say I almost say it's yeah with the Y. That's what I'm trying to
Delgado,
think.
yeah. Guppies breeding tips. Mike, you got any?
No, I
Since you
can't keep
keep them
guppies
so well?
alive. Yeah, I can't keep guppies alive, so they just die.
Well, that's okay. I mean, the ones that you had, though, I feel like you kind of got dealt kind of a crappy hand from the get-go.
Yeah, I mean the adults were fine for a long time, and then all of a sudden they just all dropped like in a week, and then all the fry just dropped in like a week, and I'm like, I don't know if it was the tank or what, but all the parameters were fine.
Yeah, you
Nothing
were
super
doing everything
changed.
right. So,
All my other fish were totally fine, and I had some more sensitive fish than guppies. So it's
yeah, I think the fish that you had were just overheated when they were growing, and then that kind of put some damper on them for growing up. So,
yeah,
as far as guppy breeding tips, definitely put something green in that tank. Either guppy grass, Java moss, pretty much anything, hornwort, something that floats, Pogostem installus octopus, like you've got right behind you there, Mike. Something that's like super dense so the fry can hide.
Java moss
Yep.
right in there.
Also, and that's what I've got all throughout. Oh, wrong side. All throughout here is all Java moss. Pretty much anything in that tank that they can hide in is going to be good for them, even if it's fake and you float a fake plant.
Yeah, like that Christmas or not Christmas, Easter basket
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, the acrylic fuzz,
Yeah, whatever that
acrylic
is,
grass.
Yeah.
And then pretty much high protein foods for the parents. And then keep your water at a steady temperature is another thing. Don't go too hot, don't go too cold. Kind of keep it right at that 74, 75 mark. But then also just for more tips, if you want to get into like show breeding and that kind of stuff, a really good book to read is by Brian Chin. He makes an awesome book on breeding show guppies, like absolutely incredible. Shows you everything from genetic markers, how to like get your own line, how to make your own colors or anything like that. He does a really good job. And he's going to be at the IFGA show in Utah, which will be here. And Trent and I will actually be live streaming a lot of that. So it's March 28th and 29th here in Salt Lake.
If it's still there.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, not to put a damper on things.
I really hope it is.
I'll knock on my wood, but you know.
Yeah, if it's not, I'm going to be very bummed out because they've done a lot of work prepping for it, and I would be really sad if it didn't end up making it. So
yeah, but
I'm hopeful. I'm very hopeful. So
yeah, I'm hoping it goes through.
Hopefully we answered some of your questions there, Julian.
I do not have longfin white clouds. I really wanted longfin white clouds, and I was trying to get them, and I was trying to get them, and I was trying to get them, and everywhere that I was looking was sold out. Everyone that I knew that had them was like, no, it's wintertime, I'm not shipping them. And so I got really impatient and hit a store and just bought a whole bunch of regular white clouds, and I've had them ever since. But I do have... They're not super low quality white clouds. They're a nicer white cloud for sure, and they've got a longer finnage. I've seen white clouds with a lot shorter fin. These ones, I'm lucky, are pretty nice on the finnage for non-long fin ones.
Yeah, they are. I think probably the most beautiful white clouds, though, that I've ever seen are definitely Rachel Leary's.
Yes, I would love some.
She just mind-blowingly bred those things to beauty. So those are gorgeous. But getting them from her is a kind of a challenge too right now because she doesn't ship in the winter. So
yeah,
maybe you can hook up with her and get some of those from her.
Yeah, maybe.
That'd be kind of cool.
I might move on my long fins or not my long fins, my white clouds inside. So thinking about changing up that front porch pond.
Yeah, there you go. Do something different. Trent said he is setting them now, being 5.
So I said I should set a timer.
Yeah. So I told him every minute that he's late, he owes both of us a fish. So now
We're up to 27 fish.
He's going to be 60 fish by the time he's all done here. So,
it's okay. He's got some cool rice fish. So
he does have some. I just saw some of the other things today in person, and oh my goodness, it's going to be awesome. If you haven't subscribed to Michael's channel, Bear Aquatics, and Trent's channel, WEL-DON Tanks, please do so because there's going to be some crazy stuff coming out soon. Since we're on my channel, I have to do that because now I'm moderating it, I guess, this time. Or I'm hosting it, I guess, is a better way of saying it.
Whatever you want to do. Yeah.
VB23 says, I would love Rachel's white clouds that are short fin. Yes, that too. She has that white, though, that is just brilliant on hers. So, WEL-DON Tanks needs to share his rice fish.
He's got to get them breeding. Yeah.
He will. He'll share them. Soon enough, he might be sharing them on my site. So that'll be interesting. We'll see what he says there, though. David saying, I was excited for the auction too. I was going to bring some extreme dorsal Dumbo fin pandas. Oh, dang it, David. I would have bought all those from you. Well, you know, the problem, I don't have any more tanks. I was going to like get rid of a lot of like species so I could fill more tanks with more species or more strains. And now I'm completely at max. So I don't know what I'm going to do when those guppies from Susan come in because I don't have really anywhere to put them.
You're gonna have to put them in the betta barracks.
Well, the betta barracks are full.
You gotta empty those betta barracks.
I've got 16 bettas right now for sale, $15 each. And we're doing a sale right now too. Let me see what we were running for shipping too. We dropped the free shipping if you purchase a certain amount of items. So over $100 will give you guys free shipping. So
nice. I just picked up a whole bunch of shipping supplies today, actually.
Yeah, it's harder to ship in the winter. And we can't really do free shipping in the winter because a box of fish just for freight is going to cost $18. And then the heat packs, which do 72
21 now. They raised price. Okay. Just an FYI.
$21 for a box. And then the heat packs are like $5 or $6 a piece for the 72 hours. And then all the packing material. So it just like snowballs into a lot of cost. So that's why we have when you get free shipping. That's why, is because the price to ship stuff is just so much money. And then raising something costs so much money too. So that's just another thing. BB23 says, what is your opinion on Extreme Food Guppy Guru? Well, Michael is sponsored by Extreme Foods.
Yep.
And the Extreme Food that I have the Nano, and then I also got the Community Peewee. I'm looking at it right now. And I actually really enjoy them. I think they're... Oh, Trent's coming in. He's in the backstage. He's coming up.
He's in the backstage.
Everyone, prepare yourselves. I really do like Extreme. I think it's an awesome food. It just isn't good for fry. So I think that's kind of the downside there. It's just not made for fry. Even though the Nano says fry food, it still needs to be smaller. Exactly. Get that.
I was gonna say, this is Extreme Food in here, but there's Trent.
You're on, Trent.
I told you I was going to make a grand entrance.
All right, everyone.
Only 31 minutes late.
Yep. So you owe us both 31 fish.
I have excuses.
Yeah.
It still owes fish.
It's true.
I think I have 31 rice fish. So you guys we're covered.
We're set. Okay, cool. I want some of those ones that I want some of those live bearers. Those I want.
I need to get them breeding.
Yeah, those I do want though.
All right, I think we're good. I think we're set. I'm in. What did I miss?
Well,
lots of just random talking.
Yeah, this is for you guys because I don't have any rice fish. So.
We're talking rice fish?
Yeah, I want some Daisy Blue rice fish from Sharon Miller.
I don't have any of those either.
Yeah, Peter, you're in line with Sharon. She's already reached out to me and asked me for some.
Yep. So you gotta start breeding them, man. Gotta start breeding them.
I believe they are carrying eggs, so we're getting there.
Gotta get that fish room up.
Yeah. Oh, you guys just wait.
Peter was here today. Peter was busted and sweating, and his fiance. So
yeah. Courtney came out and helped, and Jordan was there, and it was pretty awesome. It was a whole team effort today, and it looks incredible. You were there.
In spirit.
We were messaging you the whole time. You're fine.
Yeah.
The monkeys want to know any ideas or advice for the 200-gallon tank they're about to get.
Single betta fish.
Yeah, one beta fish. Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say one betta fish from Peter.
Yeah. You want to talk about like the world's largest community tank? There you go.
It's kind of pushing it for the 200-gallon, but I mean, it might be big enough for a betta fish.
I mean, I've got 15 females right now. You could do like a 200-gallon sorority.
The Maboo Puffer would be fun too.
And Maboo Puffer is always great.
I feel like I'm really washed out. Are you guys getting the same thing? Sorry, I'm trying all sorts of new things here. So let's see what happens.
Well,
I'm sweaty,
I'm still adjusting my camera, so
It's so
I
this.
think we're in.
Yeah, my camera's the new one too, and it's like auto-focusing, but it's like not auto-focusing on me. So let's see.
Oh no, we're losing Julia. We've got to be more entertaining.
Uh-oh. 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 All right.
What
so
if I said hi,
ideas-
Julia?
Julia. There we go. No, we brought her back. Just with that right there, she's back. Ideas for their 200-gallon, though. I am really interested to see what they end up doing. I know it's going to be incredible.
You could do rainbow fish.
Ooh.
We have some good rainbow fish in our club too.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah,
have a lot
rainbow
of
fish
connections
is
out there. I think rainbow. So, free plug, big driftwood from Houston Manzanita, kind of like right in the center. Throw some jungle val on one side, and maybe like a patch of tiger lotus over on the other side. Have rainbow
Ooh.
fish.
Yeah.
Tiger lotus would be cool because tiger lotus would be nice in a 7-foot long
See,
tank.
Larry, who's our BAP chair, who they have met and they know, he's out of over by us. I did his fish room tour. He has direct contact with like Gary Lang, and in a couple of months is getting a handful of new species that are coming in. He's actually driving up to Canada to get them just because. So he's a rainbow guy that has like Gary Lang's phone number, and he's a rainbow guy for sure.
Yeah, Gary Lang's fish are just mind-blowingly beautiful.
Yeah.
He just knows what he's doing.
Yeah, Larry has a ton of rainbow fish. Definitely a good guy for rainbows.
Well, it looks like Papa Monkey's thinking the same thing. So,
Rainbows?
good.
Yep. Oh, Maria also said she is melting. She's all red.
So am I. I'm sunburned.
I got sunburnt in the shade the other day, so it's totally fine. Husband is thinking the same thing. Yeah, rainbows would be really beautiful. There's I can't remember the name of it. There's like a new rainbow that I just saw a picture of that's pretty incredible. It was like a smaller micro rainbow, but it was like a silver side kind of rainbow, and it was beautiful. But I had never seen it before, because usually you see the large, the turquoise or the Bosemani's or whatever are the most common, but this was a really small, it was almost like a Danio size rainbow. It was really kind of interesting.
Some dwarf rainbow.
All right, hi, I just started breeding guppies as a safe feeder for my turtles. I have 3 males, 4 females, 1 dropped fry in a floating breeding box. I put the fry in a big bowl with Java moss. But how?
Oh, go down to the chat before I can put them in the main tank. So I think he's asking how long does he have to keep in the bowl before we can put them in the main tank.
If you're just breeding them for feeders, I mean, you could probably just leave them all in a tent and just colony breed them. I don't see any issue with doing that, because they're going to drop more fry. They're going to keep breeding. They're going to breed. They're going to breed. You can just leave them in a 10, put a bunch of Java moss, a bunch of guppy grass in there, and just kind of keep it going. I wouldn't see any problem with that. But I don't also like to hear that guppies are being used as feeders. But, hey, each their own. At least you're trying to keep your turtle well fed. So I appreciate that.
That's true.
Sharon said, Trent, you only thought I couldn't mess up my mystery snail clutch by incubator flipped over during the night. Clutch got wet.
Well, Sharon, guess what? I did the same thing before I released that video and after I released that video. So it is the balancing act to make sure it's not getting flipped over. But I have the sponge filters, so I didn't have that big of an issue with it. Just try again. Keep going. I'm sure your snails will definitely lay more. I mean, I'm sitting on, I literally think I have like 20 clutches of eggs in that 29-gallon tank right now.
You've got a lot. I was looking at it today and I was like, dang, that is a lot of eggs.
And I had too many to keep doing incubators, so I'm actually trying to hatch them just in the tank, and hopefully they make it. But I corrupted that tank getting ready for our club auction. They canceled it on me, so
I made so many adjustments for that today.
You came and helped me.
Yeah, I went out and bought a whole bunch of stuff and ordered more fish and prepped for it just so I could have more room, and now none of it. So we'll just do a sale. We'll get them all around the world. Hopefully it'll be fine. Mr. B said, put links for everyone's channel in the chat. So,
which I did.
yes, I saw
Michael
that.
is on it.
Thanks, Mike.
I don't remember what WEL-DON short is. But,
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't either, to be honest with you.
So I had to search up your channel in the chat and copy and paste the long stuff.
I appreciate you looking after me.
Yeah. So Select Pet said, hey, with the wave. Good to see you, Select Pet. You're always showing up. We appreciate it. Who's your favorite music artist currently? Ooh. All right, well, let's go. Whoever was last in the chat or in the stream.
In the stream, you start with me.
Yeah, so you get started.
So this is going to be a story. So I hope you're ready for this. So I was cleaning out my car. It's still filthy, but anyways, I found my old high school iPod in there. I don't remember when I put it in there, like how long I've had this thing. Plugged it in, it still works. And there's an artist by the name of Orianthe. And I am rocking out to her right now. She used to be the lead guitarist for Fall Out Boy. Did her own thing. Oh yeah, like we're talking like early 2000s, we're rocking out. So right now it's definitely going to be Orianthe.
How do you spell that?
Here, I'll drop it in the chat.
Okay, cool. All right, Mike, you're up.
All right, so I would have to say favorite artist at the moment, or favorite artist kind of overall. I listen to a lot of NF, just because I like his lyrics and all that good stuff. But according to Spotify, I'm in like the top 3% of Taylor Swift's fans, so I listen to a lot of Taylor Swift apparently.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm up there with you.
Yeah.
I have to look up.
T-Swizzle's good.
T-Swizzle is good. I am forgetting who I've been listening a lot of right now, so now I have to find it real quick. Let me see here.
I listen to a lot of country lately too.
Yeah, country's really good. There's been a lot of really good country songs coming out lately. Which
We had country on.
See, I don't like the new Taylor Swift. I like the old Taylor, like the Love Story, like super at the start.
Teenage Taylor.
Yes.
Before Taylor died, you mean?
Yeah, and became this rock star thingy.
Oh, what is the name of that band? Man, I am losing it right now. It's been one of those days, you know. And just coming back from that long trip and everything has just been a lot. But Zach Brown Band is going to be one of my favorites forever.
Very good band.
And I really love the song Peaches by the Presidents of the United States. If anyone hasn't heard it, it's one of the best songs ever. So I can sing every word to it with just the beat in the background.
So what you're telling us then is you're going to do an impromptu singing session right now.
Not right now. No, I might film it later and then superimpose their actual song over me, so that it's like more like karaoke. But if you ever get me in a karaoke situation and that song turns on, I am up.
It looks like a lot of people agreeing with you, Peter.
They're not agreeing with me?
No, I said a lot of people are.
Oh, yeah.
With the peaches.
Peaches come from a can.
Even Wild Fish
But
Tanks.
they're by a
Ryan's
man.
over there.
So
I don't think I've ever heard it. But
you've never heard that song?
I don't think so.
Man.
It doesn't ring a bell in my head.
I'm
wonder,
going to have to agree with Michael in this one.
I wonder if I play like 2 seconds of it, if I'll get flagged.
Yeah, which you're not monetized anyways, right? So.
No, I'm not. So it doesn't really matter. Here, let's see.
Gonna eat a lot of peaches. Moving to the country. Gonna eat a lot of peaches.
They were put there by me. Yeah,
Karaoke.
So that's one of my
Got
favorite
him
songs.
going.
I'm glad other people agree. So.
All right. Now we got a bunch of hybrid Endler and fancy Endler questions.
Oh, did I miss a whole bunch here?
Yes, I skipped a little ahead in the chat.
Okay.
JT Samore is asking you thoughts on hybrid guppy endlers. Is there a place for them in the hobby?
Yes, 100%. I mean, the cool part about an Endler guppy hybrid is that you can get. I mean, that's how all fancy guppies came to be. Really, there's no real way to get a guppy with some of the colorations we've had without doing that. So. So yes, I mean, that's pretty easy. What about you guys? Do you think the same?
I know there's some purists out in the hobby that are going to tell you like it's heresy and you're a heretic if you breed, crossbreed, make a hybrid. Personally, I'm cool with it because, like you said, somebody out there that's going to be their favorite fish. They're going to find the color they like. That's going to be the first fish they breed. So it's going to introduce them further into the hobby. So I think on a hobbyist level, absolutely. On a competition, full-scale breeder level,
Yeah.
well, that's another story. But just a hobby level, absolutely bring them in. I welcome all fish.
I mean, I don't mind the hybrid and cross. I almost look at it kind of like a different breeds of dogs, right? You know, you
Right.
get all the different looks, and some of the cross dogs look way better than the purebred stuff. But I also don't have an issue. I'm not a fan of like glowfish, but I also don't have an issue with glowfish. I think it's, you know, they're not
Yeah.
dyeing them or injecting them. That's fine with me.
I think when glowfish first came out, there was a little bit of controversy there because the whole original premise was that they were injecting them.
Yeah.
Until they, you know, figured out that it was genetic, you know, mutation practically to get them to breed like that because they're putting jellyfish genetics into them.
Yeah, something like that.
We've got Urban Aquatics UK here, asking
Nice.
how you doing, mate?
No. Guppy Guru is the man, to quote him.
Oh shoot, that's awesome. VB23 says, yeah, but our more recent is better than the older stuff.
Oh, if you're talking about Taylor Swift, I
Taylor
strongly
Swift,
disagree.
yeah.
Yeah, I strongly disagree there.
Yeah. It's like Pet said, mostly all fancy endlers are crossed with guppies. That's also true.
Yeah, that's probably
Yeah.
true.
Because a lot of the color variations are going to go both ways. So, also we've got a hardcore old school Maroon 5 fan in the house here.
I like the Sunday morning.
Yeah, and new Post Malone.
Post is good too.
Okay, I can get behind that one.
Kind of interesting fact here. My brother is now employed by Post Malone here in Salt Lake because he lives in Utah.
Yeah, I knew he
that's
lived
right,
in
he
Utah.
does live here.
Yeah. Peter is Peter.
Well, who was it? Cichlids 23
Yeah.
asked,
Yeah.
what the heck did I walk into?
That was right about the time you were singing.
Yeah, probably. It was perfect timing. Yeah, I was
don't worry
serenading
about
you.
it.
I was
Don't ask
welcoming you in.
Don't ask questions. Just join in. Just let it happen.
This stream kind of got away from me. I don't know what's going on, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, don't every streams get away from us in some way or another?
it's not on my
Kinda-
channel. I can't,
Yeah,
you know.
Did you watch any of my last two Sunday ones? It's kind of just me rambling for an hour and a half. We got Cichlid 23s in here. Anyone got some sour peaches? How about some glow bettas?
I said not my cup of tea, but
Yeah.
you know.
All right, I've changed my mind on those. So our last stream we did on Michael's channel, I actually said I wanted one and I really liked them. I actually saw some in person the other day, and they're not my fancy. Like I actually really prefer the bettas that Peter bred over the fancy glow bettas. So I'm out. I'm no longer a glow betta team. I'm out.
They don't look as good. Like,
They don't, and I mean, it kind of worries me with all the people saying they potentially are blind, or some of them are blind, and you've got to wonder if that's because of the blue lights they're putting them under, too, in all the stores. I mean, it's just kind of one of those. What are we doing? Are we going too far with the glow bettas? Like I understand they're doing it for business, but I really do like the fact that with the new glow bettas, they're doing the larger tanks.
Yeah.
So that's been a big bonus with
They're
the
doing like
the
the
glow
5 and
betta.
10 gallons versus the little 1 gallons.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think the smallest they sell is the 3, which still
Yeah, I
a 3
believe so.
gallon for a betta, one single betta is going to be perfect.
Doable, yeah.
Yeah.
So that I like. I like how they actually are caring for the fish a little bit better, because the glow bettas are going to get someone into the hobby.
That's true.
You're going to walk in, you're going to see a bright, shiny green betta fish glowing in the dark. You're going to be pretty stoked. So I think that's also a good thing, but they're actually putting them in properly now instead of putting them in the half-gallon tanks and whatnot. Let's see what else happened up here. Wild fish tanks in the house. any one of the things I'm doing right now. VB collecting rice fish eggs. I think there's some gentlemen on the screen that have some rice fish knowledge more than me.
Oop, that way.
Yeah.
That's gonna be Trent because
I
I
going?
can't
I'm
seem
going the wrong way,
to. Yeah, I've
Anyway.
I can't seem to get the fry to grow for the life of me. I've got like 6 fry right now in the 5 months I've had them, and I'm very proud of those 6 fry.
Well, you
Worked
should
hard
be.
on them, but they're not even adults yet. But
That's more than your guppy fry, so I mean,
That's
you're
true.
doing something
Yeah.
right.
very true.
Well, I've got, looking at my Javanese fry tank right now, I can tell that half of them are getting to that adult size. Everything's looking really good on them. So I've been pretty fortunate with my rice fish
Yeah.
right now.
And they're really, really beautiful looking.
Yeah, you
They're
saw them
gorgeous.
today.
Yeah, they are gorgeous.
Yep, I know. I mean, knowledge, I don't know. I just did something and it worked. So kind of lucky, I guess. But breeding them, the best success I have had, hands down, is having floating plants in a main tank and letting the fry hatch there. I had way better hatch rates doing that than moving spawning mops over. But I did just move a spawning mop over to the fry tank that easily had over 100 eggs on it. So I'm hoping for a great yield out of that one.
Yeah, I think you're going to be surprised with what you're getting here pretty soon. I think you're going to get overpopulated, which
Wow,
would
I
be
need
great.
yeah, then I can start selling on Salt City Aquatics.
Yeah.
Spreading them around. So I do need to get spawning. I know the Daisy Blues are carrying eggs. The Pearls are carrying eggs. And I believe my Golds are carrying eggs. So I definitely need to get some spawning mops and all those right now. Because they're not set up yet for floating plants. No, I don't have any lights on them. So new fish room though. New fish room.
Yeah, but the new fish room, yeah, you'll have such a nice setup for them down there. You'll be totally fine. I'm really excited I saw it all today. Hope to put up some framing, some doors. Yeah. It's pretty awesome. It's going to be pretty awesome. All right, we got Urban Aquatics. We target breed yellow cobra endlers. What's your opinions on that type of endler? I currently have only one line of endler in the fish room. And we've had them for, I think, a month now. They were in Courtney's 30-gallon bow front. And they ended up, I looked at them when I got back from Haiti, and they have the Calamanus worms. So I don't know if they were just lying dormant for the 30 days that we've had them or the longer that we've had them. But right now they're not doing so hot. They're the rainbow type. Rainbow tigers, I think is what they are. So, but I really do like endlers. I think they're really beautiful fish. But also they're very similar to guppies. So therefore. Let's see. Maria says, or the monkeys, because apparently they can't log into their own account here. We have guppies and they have endler fry, but we never have bought endlers.
I wonder if it was a cross. I wonder if the female was pregnant before they actually came in your possession.
Yep. And we talked a little bit about that with the virgin female. If you want to get a specific color strain or what have you, you need to go from a virgin female on. So that always kind of makes it a little bit easier. If you're looking to breed, a specific color, you make sure you get virgin female fry and then just breed them in. So that's where mutt tanks really come into play, because you can really pull a nice female, put them in with the color you want, and go from there.
That's true.
JT asks, did you guys get your toilet paper?
Yeah.
I've had toilet paper for a long time.
So have I.
So I think I'm set.
So my wife ordered some from Target, and so help me God, if it doesn't show up till Monday, we're in trouble.
Well, see, we were out shopping and getting toilet paper, and someone was all like, you're part of the problem. You're hoarding toilet paper. I'm like, we buy this every week. There's 7 people in this house, and they're mainly females. We use a lot of toilet paper.
Yeah, we go to Costco and just get the big, huge thing, and it lasts us 3 months.
See, one of those will last us a week, if that.
Yeah.
And you start selling those on the side, making some money.
Yeah.
I know, sure.
Trent saw an incredible deal today in the Home Depot parking lot over some bleach.
Some bleach. I was picking up lumber, and 2 moms were making a deal over bleach. So I made a joke on Facebook that it was The
Yeah.
drug deal of the century.
There we go. I just put up the, the thing you just said. So what's going on? What are we going to do when we find out all these glowfish develop jellyfish ability to sting? Oh, that would be weird.
I will amass an army and take over the world.
I say they'd be fun. I mean, I know people have those stinging fish and like keep them. We had a electric eel go through our club auction a couple months back.
That would actually be pretty cool.
I feel like those kind of fish are just fascinating.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
where
like a
did you
rescue or
originally
something
come
like
from?
that, where the club president was called and the guy's like, "I'm moving and I have this eel and here I don't want it," and he's like, "I've never dealt with this before," and it ended up in the auction and went for like $3.
Oh, geez. That was probably a steal.
Oh yeah, well no one knew what to do with it.
That's true. I mean, what are
Yeah.
you gonna? You can't put it. Yes, put it in its own tank. Doesn't
Yeah,
eat
pretty much.
everything, or it'll shock everything to death. The monkeys are asking Trent a question here.
What do you got?
How long do you incubate mystery snail eggs? And this
Was
is
that
coming
Jasmine?
from Jazzy Jazz.
So Jasmine, it varies, and I think a lot of it depends on the humidity they're kept at and the temperature they're kept at. When I was doing an incubator, it took anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks for the clutch to be ready to hatch. Doing it just, we'll say, naturally, quote unquote, in just the tank, I'm noticing it's taking 1 to 2 weeks for them to hatch. So I think an incubator, you can be looking anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks, and you're looking for when the clutch looks like it's molding, but it's actually the snails chewing their way out, and that's when they're ready. I'll just rub my finger across the clutch underwater to release all the snails.
Hopefully that answered that question, because I have no idea any of what you just said. So great.
Me either.
So did I cut out or did I?
No, you're totally fine. it's just mind blowing.
I
I
breed
did it.
pond snails and that's it.
Yeah.
I need to make a new video. Because I did the video on how to incubate them. Now I need to do another video on actually like when to hatch them and how to hatch them and
Yeah.
tricks I've learned. So
Yeah, because the only thing I've ever really seen on mystery snails is off your channel. So you're kind of my knowledge there on that subject. So Bay Area Aquatics, how are the cribs doing?
Doing good. Yeah, like I said, I haven't even looked for fry yet, but they're eating. They're hiding in their little coconut shells. I got some
I
plants
love
in
the
there
little
now.
coconut shells. Those things are awesome.
Now, they've been sitting in my closet for the longest time. Like I said, the co-op sent a box to me a couple months ago, and I just didn't use a lot of the stuff because it was stuff I just didn't need. And it was like I didn't want to get rid of them, but I found a use for them. So
That's what I did with my epistogramma, which I am super bummed about because I've lost 3 of them out of 5. So I've got luckily 1 pair and they're doing well. I put them into the 75. So they're doing great in there. So
hopefully they'll make a territory and breed for you.
yeah, well, I put a couple of the coconuts in there, so they're already housing up in there, which is really good. So is it bragging when you compliment your fish in front of other people? I don't think so.
Isn't that the natural way to make conversation with strangers?
Yeah, my fish are more
fish.
beautiful than yours. That's how you make friends right there. Just say that your fish are prettier. All right. Bay Area said this to the monkeys. Let's see here. Sharon said, I use the wide leaf water sprite and Java moss in my guppy tanks, and I have tons of babies. Yes, that'll work great. We talked about that a little bit earlier in the stream. Just anything that you can pretty much use to float and or anything green that they can hide in will definitely make you a lot of babies. Sharon said, all of the shelves are bare here.
us too.
I haven't been to the store yet, so I'm kind of afraid to, but I think most of ours are that way.
I was at Walmart.
by me.
Yeah, I was at Walmart earlier today picking up the table that my laptop's currently sitting on, and I walked through the food area just to kind of see how it is, and it's anything like all the canned soups are gone, cup of noodles are gone, water's gone, Lysol's gone, all that type of stuff. But
Yeah,
all the fruits and veggies are like picked bare. It's interesting.
It's kind of interesting how we go from, just like our stores are so packed and we have so much of something, and now
Just
there's nothing. So
Well, it's hard because I actually need to go to the store tonight probably and try and find milk for my daughter. But like everybody's already on the Facebook group saying that everywhere in Harriman is pick clean of milk.
Yeah.
And so now I think I'm gonna run into issues of finding milk for my daughter, diapers for my daughter, and baby wipes for my daughter because people are just picking the stores clean.
yeah,
I know a lot of
It's really
stores here
sad.
are rationing out. They're only letting you buy like 1 gallon at a time or something like that.
yeah. I feel like some people have just gone crazy, like absolutely crazy. They've gone too overboard. Instead of just letting it kind of get what you need, they're going like 70 things of toilet paper.
Yeah.
Like, how long is it going to take you to use 70 things of toilet paper? I mean, Michael, you may use it, but
Yeah,
you know,
you got a lot of people.
He's got reasons.
yeah. It's like all the memes now that are popping up of post coronavirus, what's going to happen, and it's just a bunch of toilet papered houses.
I will still wrap it up and bring it inside. I'm cheap.
Hey, if you leave the cardboard roll out, it's actually you can get charged for littering. So if you're gonna toilet paper someone, make sure you pick up all the cardboard rolls.
There's the tip from Guppy Guru himself.
Yes. Let's see. Has banned listings of things of people are hoarding. Yeah. So there's quite a few things out there. I know that people are trying to sell like some toilet paper for like $6 a roll, and it's just gotten crazy. It's like Pet said, I hear electric eels are tasty. Never tried it myself.
I'll try everything once.
Yeah, I mean, if it's on the menu, throw it at me. I don't care. As long as it's not beef or pork, I'll eat it. Oh, I'm losing everybody here. Jazzy says, sounds nasty, but cool.
It's probably
And
a
then
reference to
never.
hatching the mystery snails.
Yeah.
All the moldy.
Aquaticness is asking, what's everyone's favorite fish? Always a hard question in the hobby.
Yeah, I don't want to peel that off.
You want to start, Mike?
I'll start. I like my rainbow shark. I don't know where he is, but he's been. If you oh, actually, I think I just saw a corner of him. He's over there somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like my rainbow shark. I just really like him. I don't know.
You've had him for a really long time, too, though.
A little over a year. I bought him as my birthday present last year. So.
Trent?
If we're talking rainbow shark, that's actually my longest living fish in the fish room. I've had it since my very first tank. Favorite fish, though, I mean, I'm gonna have to hands down say it's my baboo puffer. I don't know if you're gonna catch him on camera here or not, but he's hamming up behind me. He's
There he
hungry.
goes. Yeah, he's swimming. Mine would probably be kind of like you guys, where it's the first fish you really have, and mine are my red jumbo mosaic guppies. Those are just beautiful fish. I still got Curly and Mo. We lost Larry, or one of the three. I'm not sure which one it was, but one of the three Stooges is now gone. So I have two of the three. It's like Pet said, famous words when taken out of context. Lots of breeding will lead to making lots of babies. Yes, you are correct.
Is it legal here? I guess it is legal here now, so I can't say anything.
Yeah, Utah just did some crazy stuff. So, what made you guys go into fish instead of reptiles or invertebrates or any other kind of critter?
That's a good question.
That is a good question. I honestly could have gone into anything. I could have done birds. I could have done lizards, or I cannot do insects though. Count me out on that one. Spiders? No,
Can't do them.
count me out. But I feel like fish is just so beautiful, and I've always been a fisherman, so I think that's kind of another thing too. It's kind of like I'm so used to the fish that it's nice to have them in a box where I can watch them. So, what about you guys?
See, I just don't do bugs. I don't like bugs. And then I've always wanted snakes. I was big into snakes in elementary school, but I don't like touching or holding them. I like looking at them, don't like touching or holding them. And so I just never ended up getting a snake because you can't really care for a pet when you can't really touch it. And yeah, and I just impulsively bought a fish tank one day because I wanted fish, and that's what I did.
Sorry, my camera just switched.
It's all good.
So I used to have a snake in my first marriage. I was very big into snakes. My cousin, before he passed away, had over 300 snakes in his collection, I believe it was.
Oh, dang.
So he was actually my go-to for all that, got me into them. When I got divorced and I moved back home for a brief period, my mom was like adamant that if I brought anything in that resembled a snake, I'd be living on the streets. So I quickly remedied that. And it was actually my wife, now my current wife, so well, my only wife, bless her heart.
My current wife.
I said it bad.
I mean, you are in Utah.
It's true. It is true.
Our first Christmas together, because she wouldn't let me have snakes, she is the one that actually bought me my first fish tank. And
Poor choice.
it just exploded from there to where now I've building my second fish room and all these different things. But if I wanted to get into birds, I could. I actually have an uncle in Louisiana. He's like a national bird breeder, and he's world renowned for the birds that he breeds.
If David's still in here, David does pigeons. So David breeds, I want to say carrier pigeons. I'd be 100% wrong, but I think he does competitions and stuff with them. Very fascinating. If you want to read up on some pigeon racing, it's pretty weird.
That would
pretty
be
great.
Kind of cool, actually.
Yeah,
I'm
you train these birds to fly like 5 miles and then come back to your house. So it's pretty interesting. It's something you don't think would still be around, yet it's still around. So
It's all sorts of old stuff still around.
yeah, I mean, when all the internet goes crazy because we have all this crazy stuff going on now, and we break the internet, maybe we'll need carrier pigeons to send tweets.
But hey, we're not the ones breaking websites. Only you are.
Yeah, that was pretty cool though. So, what do you guys think on the multis? Very aquatic. Know what we are talking about? GG.
Yeah, so they got some multis in the auction at
Nice.
Sack Club, and they didn't make it overnight, which is curious to me because I know the guy that they got them from, and I've had fish from him before, and he has good fish. So I'm not quite sure what happened there, but
It could have just been the stress from moving and stuff. Like the first fish I bought at auction was from Trent, and it didn't make it. So
That was true.
we were having a party over at our house, and my sister-in-law picks up the container and goes, "Why did you buy a dead fish?" I'm like, "Oh, I bought that from Trent."
Yes, that's how we started.
Yeah, that's how we become friends, selling dead fish to each other.
yeah.
No, it was one of those things where there's so much stress in pulling a fish from a tank, especially a pleco that one was, pulling a fish from a tank, putting it in a bag, taking it to an auction, having all those people handle it, put it into my car, bringing it back to my house, putting it in different water. It just, that's just a lot. So,
So on the multis, I mean I love them. It's actually, I have a video on my channel. It's one of the fish I regret selling. But when I sold mine, the same thing happened to the guy that bought mine. I moved them from the tank. Everything was perfect. I even tested the water before I took them, and he bought them from me. So we actually met in an auction. Took them, drove home with them, and didn't cover the bucket, didn't do anything, but every single one of them was dead the next morning. And I had no explanation of why it happened.
I mean, some fish just don't do well being transported. So, I mean, wholesalers sometimes won't even carry certain species because of that.
Yeah, it's
Just
so
because
fragile.
they're just afraid of losing them all, bringing them in. So that could be the case with multis. So East County today said, "Who knew when you TP someone's house, it helps them out?"
That's my business partner. He's sitting here messaging me like crazy too. So
Oh, that's the other Mike
yes, that's the other
of
Mike.
Mike
So
and Mike, and then Goldfish Mike.
if you want to see some new stuff I film, that's the channel to go look at.
East County today.
Yep.
Wild Fish Tank says, "I'm preparing down here as if it were a hurricane. Not too crazy, but stocked up as much if a storm were coming."
I think a storm is coming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
soon enough it's going to be like a toilet storm.
Well, see, I'm not even stocking up to make it through the whole stuff. I'm stocking up to make it through the crazy of the stuff.
Yeah.
Just the panic part. That's what I'm trying to make it through. So
Well, that's the other problem is, why are we panicking? you're panicking about not being around people, yet you're going to a store and standing in a line for 3 hours to buy toilet paper around other people. So it's kind of one of those like, are we doing the right thing or not? So
Yeah, no idea.
Sluck Pet said rainbow shark do.
I'm in. I dig it.
Change the name to the song. Maria said they're out of school for a whole month, but we are fully stocked of toilet paper. That's really good because you have 4 monkeys, 5th on the way.
Have lots of help to keep the house clean.
Yeah, that's true. Albino rainbow sharks. I've seen a few of those rolling around.
Used to have one.
I'm not a big fan of them, actually.
Every time I
prefer the
see them, they look
non-albino.
sick. That could be that they actually are sick, but every time I see them, they just look really sick.
Yeah, I don't like the look of them.
I
Yeah.
prefer the normal ones as well over the albinos.
I feel like you get more out of it when it's the black with the red instead of the white, because the red kind of fades out on the albinos.
Actually.
Well, see, I almost bought an albino just because I thought it would look good against the black substrate and the black background, and I just was like, no, I really want the kind of the normal one, and I'm glad I got the normal one.
Well, it would have been very hard to find a plush albino rainbow shark. So
Yeah, it's sitting here. I just didn't feel like pulling it off the tank.
yeah. Maria said, at Bay Area Aquatics, that's how I talk about my kids. She is somewhere around here, all same look too.
That's what I was looking for, my rainbow shark who just crossed behind my neck. Right back there.
Right on. Nice, guys. Thanks for in. Fishy Fun 57 says, I like the albino rainbow sharks. Yeah, that's that's kind of the best part about the hobby, don't you guys think? Is like there's like so many different people. Like one will like something, one won't like something, but then there's just this wide range of anything you can get. But when you get into like the snake hobby, or like let's say you're into gerbils or guinea pigs or hamsters, there's not really a whole lot there. I mean, there's different colorations, but there's not that many different types of the same thing. So I didn't feel like fish are pretty a fascinating thing to have.
That's why they sell
because of
cars
that.
in more than just black.
It's true. Silver is
It's very
still the
true.
most sold color. So, aquatic nest said no. Trent, do you keep your Mabu pupper with other fish?
I do. So currently in this holding tank he's in, we've got an array of fish in there. I did find out though that he is very prejudiced towards the Corys I bought, the Julies. That was a bad day. That was a very expensive day. I brought home like 6 Julies, got them through quarantine. I moved them up to the main tank to make room for ice fish. He was well fed. Actually ate like 4 shrimp before I even put any of the Corys in there. The moment they hit the water, he actually hunted every single one of them down and just destroyed them. So I have no idea what happened there. That was the only fish he has ever actually attacked. He's been very peaceful with everything else I have in there.
They just looked at him the wrong way.
Gang affiliation, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, too much shiny. Something's going on. What other hobbies do you guys have? I grow and sell microgreens veggies.
Cameras.
I'm a bit of a gamer. I don't game as much as I used to, but very excited for Doom Eternal, and then Final Fantasy VII Remake's right around the corner, and oh my gosh, reliving my childhood, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, Trent and his wife talked me into getting The Witcher. So I'm playing Witcher 3 right now on the Nintendo Switch, and I'm kind of hooked on it, but you know, and the show's incredible, and they just extended the 2nd season, so something there. Other hobby for me is I like classic cars. I am a classic car fan, I guess. But really, fish has kind of taken over. So I'd rather put $2,000 into my fish tanks than I would into just wiring on a car. So
Yeah, I grew up doing a lot of rifle shooting and pistol shooting and a lot of competitive stuff, and I still go do a little bit of that. But it's one of those like, oh, do I go to the shooting competition or do I go to the fish club meeting? And I'm going to take the fish club meeting. So.
Yeah, I feel like this hobby's kind of taken over all of our other hobbies, except for you, because your job is your hobby.
Yeah.
As well, so.
To a point.
Maria said, as Peter is talking about birds, Gigi's bird flies into the room. That makes sense. What's his name? Pikachu? Isn't it Pikachu?
I think
I
he
think
attacked
so.
you the other day too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I did. It flew in and like started eating her food or something. Select Pet said, I love the multis. Team Dojo Loaches. Y'all need to give it a try.
I used to have one.
My family used to have one.
Yeah, I'm really fascinated with loaches. I think they're a really fascinating fish, but all the fish I have too big of fins. So I'm just afraid of any nipping of any kind. So
Yeah.
that's kind of what I'm worried about. So we've got Crown Tail Half Moon in the house. Good to see you, buddy. Been a long time since we've seen you. I feel like you were in here a lot on my channel for the first little bit, and then you kind of stepped away for a bit. So good to see you back. What are you stocking up in fish supplies? Oh, I didn't even think about that.
I bought an extra thing of Seachem Safe, and that's about it. Just because I've got plenty of food, I'm not worried
Yeah.
about that. And if I have to do without medications, I've got salt and heat. So
Yeah. I mean, I've got filters galore, so I'm good there. I've got a bunch of filter floss, which you can go to just a hobby store and get that.
oh, that's what I forgot to buy today.
Filter floss? There
Yes, I was at Walmart and I forgot to buy it.
you go. Well,
Are you
Jog
sure it
your
was
memory.
you sure it was in stock, or is that the next
Okay.
version of toilet paper?
yeah.
I don't know.
So I know that the monkeys will get mad at me for this, but I'm a Seahawks fan, and I saw the best post on the Seahawks Facebook page showing pictures of the San Francisco 49ers t-shirts and said, our next choice for toilet paper. So I know you're going to get mad. I don't, but
I've seen that in pretty much every
Yeah.
team.
yeah. So I thought that was pretty funny. I laughed pretty hard when I read that. So let's see. East Coast today. Hey, we got our news from you. There you go. Crown Tail says, guys, I've got a question. Can you use easy green fertilizer to make green water to culture Daphnia? That's a great question.
I've never tried, but I gotta
I
think about
wouldn't
that
see
one.
why you couldn't.
It may, but it's basically just putting a lot of nitrogen into the water, so I don't know if it's going to turn it green necessarily.
I've never
mean,
done
you
green
can-
water, so
Yeah, you can make green water just by placing water next to a really direct sunlight.
I've heard, who was I talking with? I'm not going to say a name because I'm going to get it wrong and then people will get mad at me. I've heard, I can track it down who I heard it from, you can use lettuce to actually jumpstart green water.
Like iceberg?
But I've never tried it. I've actually, once I get my fish from going, my goal is to create green water. Because I want to try it with rice fish, but I never successfully done it. But I have a friend that reached out to me. He's like, I can't get rid of my green water, and I was ready to pay him lots of money for his tank.
people sell it at a live auction. It's weird.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those things like especially for like rice fish for you guys, where those mouths are teeny tiny, which are like half the size of a guppy fry. So you kind of need green water because they're so microscopic. But I don't know on that one. That would be a good test.
Looks like Select Pet just commented, put grass or lettuce in water and place by window, and you'll get the infusoria or green water.
There you go. See, answering questions that we don't even know. Thank you, Slick Pet. Wild fish tanks. Non-fish question for Mike. I quickly looked at your business channel. Have you ever seen the Netflix show Shot in the Dark? Follow strangers in LA. I thought it was very fascinating.
Yeah, so I actually really like that show. and that's more kind of what I do. I do it more freelance, more for East County Today. That's my business partner's business, and then we have a separate business together. It's a media company. So I cover like handful of house fires and DUIs and things like that. But I've been on some interesting scenes, some not good scenes. But yeah, that show, I like that show on Netflix a lot, specifically because I think it's actually very accurate. The reason why they didn't make a season 2 was because they had a lot of people complaining that that show basically kind of made it so that the journalists looked like they were treating the scenes with no emotion to it. But that's kind of what you have to do. I mean, you know, law enforcement, fire, etc. When you talk to them on scene, they have the same thing as, yes, they're people, but at the same time, you know, if you're seeing that so often every day. And then the other thing that people tend to forget about is most journalists don't have, you know, company therapist or anything like that. They don't have those programs in source like fire and police do. And you're sitting there filming it. So I've been in some spots where you're kind of sitting there watching, you know, someone disappear, and it's an interesting subject.
Yeah, like that firefighter that fell through the roof the other day on you. That was pretty scary.
Yeah, that's always interesting. I'm sitting on scene and sitting there looking, and all of a sudden the firefighter just disappears, and it's like, oh, don't know where he went. Totally fine, but yeah, he just fell through the roof, and you're sitting, and all of a sudden you start hearing man down, and it's an interesting change of pace on scene. So
yeah, well, it's scary. I mean, they put their lives on the line every day for us, and something like that happens where you're there. It's kind of cool that you were able to witness that. Just the response on it was pretty cool. JT Zamora said, "Dude, I'm a gamer too. I'm actually playing COD while listening to you guys." Nice.
So this goes along with Maria. She's telling me, so you
Yeah.
can tell I'm a gamer by my headset. So this is like 2008 Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Turtle Beach headset. Like, these things are my jam like 10 years ago, 12 years ago.
The funny part is if you go online with Call of Duty 2 right now, there's still like 1 million people. It's like massively full. Because I think it's like the best one ever made.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. What is another animal you guys want to breed that is not fish?
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut because I was gonna say something inappropriate, but there's kids watching, so.
Thank you. It's my kid.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think everyone can tell, and I'm just like, nah, I'm just not gonna say anything.
I don't know.
Keep it clean. I would say ball pythons.
Oh, there you go. I'm really just with the fish, man. I think maybe salamanders would be cool, or turtles.
Axolotls look fun.
Axolotls do look really fun. I kind of keep wanting to get one, but then I'm like the room that it would take to put one, I would have to get rid of something I already enjoy. So it's kind of one of those like, is it a value there for me?
I really want one, but they're illegal in California, and if I wasn't posting everything online all the time, I know people I could get them from, but since I post everything online, I choose to kind of follow the law where I can.
Yeah, you're smart. Very smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're kind of, if we do something wrong, we'll get in trouble quick because it's all online for us.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yep.
Aquatic Ness is heading out. Good to see you. Thank you for joining. I like and have Hillstream loaches from Rachel O'Leary.
That's a great source to get them from.
Yeah, she's a pretty incredible person. That's for sure. She makes some beautiful fish. She's really just informative. I think all of us have probably learned a ton from her, which is really, that's kind of what we're all doing, is trying our best to teach with what we learn as we go. Someone help Peter. He must have been in Haiti too long. He's a Seahawks fan. Yeah, I've been a Seahawks fan since I was a little kid. All my family's from Washington State, so I've been a Seahawks fan for a really, really long time. My brother and my dad are both Rams fans, so there's a little rivalry in the family there. My mom used to be a Raiders fan, and then she married a Buffalo Bills fan, which sucks for both of them because the Bills aren't great. But yes, I'm a Seahawks fan, and I wasn't in Haiti too long, even though I kind of was in Haiti too long because they had to evacuate me practically. So
Yeah, you had to get out quick, covert style.
Yeah.
It sounds like.
yeah, it was pretty scary. But I'm glad I'm home. Glad to be home with everyone and back in the States. So Sharon said, I have green water, not on purpose. My hill stream loaches love it.
It's like I'm actually jealous. Like, not that I necessarily tried to get green water, but I've never successfully gotten green water. But anybody you talk to, like, yeah, I hate it. I accidentally got it. How do I get rid of it? I'm like, no, I keep that. That's pure gold you have in your tank right now.
I think it's kind of one of those things, though. Like, if you don't want to breed something, it's going to breed. So if you don't want green water.
Well, that was me and duckweed for a while. I couldn't keep I was buying duckweed off of eBay over and over and over again, and it kept dying in my tanks. And I finally said, screw it, I don't want it. And then I found out how annoying it was, and now it's all over my 75. I can't get rid of it. It's like,
Trent, you have that same problem too, don't you?
So I've got it contained to mainly 2 tanks. I regret introducing it to my filterless tank and not just putting in just the red root floaters. So when I move downstairs, it'll be my absolute goal to keep duckweed out of my breeding rack. Like, that is the absolute goal, is to keep it out of that breeding rack.
good luck with that.
Yeah, that's a real struggle. Because all of mine are just full. I have to do but I've got the giant duckweed, which I like a lot better than that really small, super small stuff. So that helps a lot to be able to, like, net it out or scoop it out.
I was going to actually offload a bunch of red root floaters today, but so if anybody's looking for red root floaters, send me a message. I got so much of it right now.
Just put them up on our site.
That's a good point.
That's not a bad idea.
I really wanted some of those, and you sent me some, and it got, like, overtaken by the duckweed in that dirted tank, and they all kind of faded out. So
yeah, that's kind of the same issue I'm having with the red roots right now too. I'm having to scoop too much around them, so
yeah,
I'm trying to save them.
Pain.
Well, especially in that dirted tank, I have to scoop out. It'll go from literally like a quarter size of duckweed to the entire 10-gallon top in like 3 days. So I have to scoop duckweed out almost daily of that tank, just because it's so bad.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how, like, some tanks, like, I've got my rack, and, like, on the same row of tanks, I'll have, like, 2 that are crazy growth, and then the third one is none. It's like, what's the difference? They're all exactly the same temperature, all the same light. Doesn't make sense, but then it just grows better in one than the other. So
yeah.
Wild Fish Tank said, I was wondering why there wasn't a season 2. Thanks for explaining.
Yeah, like I said, it was super popular on Netflix. It was all top. Netflix was super happy with it, and then there was a lot of backlash on it, and a lot of people liked it, but a lot of people didn't. So if you Google it and search up just season 2 or whatever, you'll see all the different news articles with everyone explaining why they didn't like it. So
yeah, I mean, I could see that.
Yeah, I see the point, but that's one of the reasons why I liked the show, is it was so real, and I feel like a lot of first responder shows don't show that, and they kind of keep that apart because it's not the nicest thing in the world, but it's kind of the mentality you have to have when you're doing that, you know.
Well, it's either, save that one person or save 10 people, and then there's one that could be left behind. It's one of those. It's a horrible thing that police officers, paramedics, all those have to really deal with on a day-to-day basis, is who's more valuable to save, unfortunately. And sometimes they have to make that decision. That's got to be the hardest thing to do. So
definitely.
I've got a friend that's a camera guy for ESPN, said he's basically out of work now.
Yeah, I know ESPN, Rolling Stone, National Geographic, all of those big places have pretty much laid off all their photographers, videographers, etc. They go pretty much 100% freelance now. So it's a lot harder to make it if you're going. A lot of people say, like, oh, why don't you go work for National Geographic? And it's like, because there's not a job there. I can make more money doing local work than I could traveling the world. So.
It would be cool to travel the world, though.
Would be, and there's a lot less competition doing local, and I've got a lot of local competition. So, but everyone has that same idea.
Could you imagine being like the River Monsters photographer? That would be so cool.
I've actually, Jeremy Wade has actually done an interview talking about that, and people asked him, like, how can I be your photographer, your videographer? And he goes, You need to be ready to up and leave your family for 6 months. There's a great chance you're going to die, and you're going to get paid hardly anything. But yeah, come along for the fun.
Yeah, and there's not that many people that are willing to do that. Yet at the same time, there's also a huge list of people that are willing to do that. So it's hard and not hard all at the same time. You just have to be in the right spot, right time.
Yep.
So Crown Till Half Moon says, hey, I've got a question here. How do you disinfect wild collected aquatic plants, both floating like lilies and totally submerged types?
So I saw this in the chat earlier, and I've been processing this one. Do either of you watch a girl? Is it A Girl Talks Fish now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
she changed her name.
You used to be a gamer's wife. I have a concept I'm running around in my head right now on plant quarantine and how you would successfully do it, and if you could incorporate any kind of fish into it. You know, one of the big things people don't want is snails. So I had a thought of, could you quarantine plants with pea puffers so they'd pick off all this? I mean, it'd take a long time to let all the eggs hatch and everything. But A Girl Talks Fish, I dug into her channel the other day. She actually has an entire video dedicated to plant quarantine and 3 different.
I know copper is a real popular way.
Yeah,
it kills off all the snail eggs.
So she uses copper. There's another one. It's like you can find it at the grocery store.
Isn't it just hydrogen peroxide?
It wasn't hydrogen peroxide. It was actually better. Here, I'll look it up here, and I will.
Yeah, there's a couple things you can dip plants into, or even leave them in for a couple hours and then pull them out. And
I think Bentley's got a really good video, doesn't he, on that?
Yeah, I know you can bleach dip plants too. So.
Yeah, you just have to be very careful because some of them
it'll
some will just die instantly with that.
So she recommends bleach, alum, and copper.
Or alum. Yeah. I just assumed that was
aluminum. Yeah.
But, you know, I'm smart, so what can I say?
It's fine. It looks the same.
Found in the spice aisle.
Yeah, I've always seen it in that spice aisle, and I don't know really what I would use that for in cooking, but...
Well, now you can use it for plant quarantine.
Yeah.
So that was actually the best she said at the end of that video was alum. So if you're looking to disinfect wild stuff, that's what I would use.
So see what you've started, Guppy Guru? They're losing it. So now, how could you? You know... I'm not going to answer it. I just like my Seahawks. I'm a Seahawks fan. You guys are 49ers fans. I'm a Seahawks fan. It's all fine. So,
more seats in the stadium for you guys.
I still like you guys. You still like me, I hope. So, Sophia said you're not that cute anymore. Oh, I'm off her favorite list. Uh-oh. Made a mistake.
Maybe I can replace him.
Yeah. Hey, it's fine. I still am on the first video. So. JT said, I really want to start breeding newts. Yeah, newts would be really cool. I really like newts and salamanders. I think they're gorgeous. My uncle, before he passed away, he had a bunch of newts in his ponds up in Washington, and we would just go in and catch them all the time by hand. They've been really fun to... They'd be really cool to put in the fish tanks, but you have to be very careful with which fish you put with them. So that's another thing. Slick Peck said, I got a baby axolotl. Now I want to breed them. Isn't that usually how it goes, though? You like get a fish, you get something, and you're like, ooh, now I want more of these, so I'm going to breed them myself.
This is cool, but I'm broke, so I'm just going to make babies.
Gigi wants to know, what does Courtney think? Does she know this? She does know that I'm a Seahawks fan. Her mother is a Vikings fan, and Courtney is not a football fan. So she doesn't really care.
Foosballs of the devil.
Yes, it is. Have any of us ever kept Bolivian rams with guppies?
I've never had rams.
I have not had rams either.
I have in a 220 gallon. Does that count?
Yeah, it does.
So
it's a possibility.
I actually, if you dig way back into my channel when I was not knowing what I was doing, because I still don't know what I'm doing, I tried to do my very first attempt at a blackwater tank. I actually bought a pair of Bolivian rams, I only have one of them left, and I actually still have him. And for a time being, I had guppies that were in my original 220 gallon. He never bothered them, but I really think that was because of the massive volume of tank space. But he right now in the 55 gallon, he's the biggest. He's one of the smallest fish in there, but he's the biggest bully in there. So my fear is if you put him into like a small 20 gallon or a 29 gallon, that ram will become very territorial and will actually attack your guppies if they come down. Especially during feeding time, he's one of the most aggressive feeders in my tank right now.
Yeah, and he's saying, wondering if it's going to tear up their fins. So
good chance.
More than likely, yeah. And Dylan's also part of the Utah Fancy Guppy Association, so I knew I've noticed your name from somewhere and remembered you, so I thought I'd throw that out there.
Awesome.
Did you meet him the other day, Trent?
I met a lot of people, and if I did and I don't remember you, I'm going to apologize. It's
Dylan's the younger guy. He's like closer to our age at the very beginning of the meeting. That I think David handed in some fish, if I remember correctly.
Oh, okay, yep, I know the face.
Yeah.
What you're talking about.
So there's no such thing as used to be a fan. You're either a fan or you're not. Liking a team is different than being a fan. True.
I'm not a sports guy, so.
Yeah. Slick Pet said, I'll sell you some duckweed.
I can't get rid of it.
Sounds like Michael needs some.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm good.
Well, Fishy Fun 57 says theirs keeps dying. So.
You guys want to hear the funniest duckweed story? It's real quick, I promise. So we have our breeding and plant program at the Sacramento Club, and I wanted to check off duckweed on my horticulture list. And so I brought in a big old bag of duckweed, and it's a donation at that point. And so I donated it to get my points, and it came up in the auction, and it's just, duckweed? Anyone want duckweed? Anyone? And after like 30 seconds, I finally felt bad and threw my bidder card up and bought back my own duckweed. And someone was giving me a bad time about it. I go, let's consider it my $2 donation to the club to get my points.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, I had to buy back my own duckweed because I just went home and threw it away.
I'm surprised I spent $2 on it.
That's the starting bid.
What I'll usually do is I've got my salvinia that's growing like duckweed, so I'll just take it over to the local fish store and just give it to them, so I don't have to throw it away. So.
Yeah, you got a good connection there.
Yeah, they're good people over there at Fish for You. I really like them.
Great people.
Sharon says, I can't keep hornwort alive. Supposedly the easiest plant in the world. My red fruit floaters all died.
I love hornwort. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, well, Trent just put out that video. Trent put it in the link or in the chat if you want on the easiest plants to keep. Michael and him kind of collaborated on it.
Oh, that was plant quarantine here. I'll drop the link right now.
Well, that one works too. So, but
my hornwort was on that list because that was one of my
was.
specific. That's actually probably my favorite thing to use for breeding. So
yeah, it's a super easy plant. You don't have to have a whole lot to start, and it grows like crazy.
Thanks, Ryan. See you later.
Anthony's fishy friend said, yes, I saw that video. It's alum. And we're going way down now. So, sorry, I'm on the stream through StreamYard, and it takes a little bit of time for the chat to come through. So
yeah, it takes a bit.
That's why it's kind of taking me a little bit here to go over. He said, hey guys, Barry Aquatics enticed me to join the channel. I appreciate it, Dan.
Dan's one of the,
welcome.
He's one of the awesome Sacramento members. He
cool.
does all of our computer work for the auction and sign in and that, and works hard the entire meeting. So we appreciate what he does.
The best people. Those are the best people.
Yeah, our guy at our club, he's very unappreciated and underrated. Man, he keeps that thing chucking.
Well, he also does the UFGA. Same guy.
Yes, he does. Yep.
So
yes, he does.
He takes a lot of paper and writes a lot of stuff down and lots of prices for the auctions and keeps all the track of it and who's part of the memberships and all that. It's pretty incredible how they do that kind of stuff.
He does good.
It's more headache than I'd want to deal with.
Yeah, it's a lot, especially when you're trying to be at an auction and enjoy it. And he's there doing all that paperwork at the same time.
Yeah.
So Sand Creek Aquatics, good to see you. And he says, I hate duckweed. Yeah, I feel like if you want it, then it's not going to show up. And if you do not want it, then it's going to be there forever. So, Wildfish Tank says, I got to head out. Thanks for the stream, guys. Good to see you,
Thanks.
Wildfish Tanks. Thanks for
Thanks for
stopping
coming
in.
Ryan. Yeah, appreciate you.
Swine Daddy, well, that's a good name, said, dry duckweed out for your fish food and then crumble it into the tank to start green water in Fishoria.
I've heard people using it for fish food. I've just never tried it.
Yeah. Well, there's been a few people that have made some really cool videos on drying it out and putting it into cakes and putting it with like rapashi, and then you get a little bit more.
Well, see, the biggest problem there is that requires
Work
and drying it out, and that's my biggest gripe with the rapashi is I actually have to sit there and make it. I can't just grab it and spin it. That too.
It absolutely stinks.
But I have to make it. I have to put energy into something that stinks, and it's like, what the freak?
Well, you got to get the hot water boilers. You just turn that on, and then you dump it in, and then you're good. You know, you don't have to do a pot or anything.
I just microwave.
That works too.
I've had the hardest time making it. Like, for whatever reason, I cannot get the consistency right. So my rapashi never comes out correct. So I actually quit using it.
The bottom feeder, I was gonna say the bottom feeder I got to like perfect. I was using the 1 part powder, 3 parts water. The Community Plus, I did that, and I left it there for like 12 hours, and it's still like covered in water. And I'm just like, so I ended up freezing it so that I could cut it up, and then I ended up breaking the Tupperware it was in, and I just pulled it all out and threw it in a Ziploc, and I'm like, I'll just deal with this later. Yeah. Break off pieces.
I feel like you have to do with the community. I think you have to do more than what they recommend. That's at least what I noticed. I just doubled it up until it got thick. So, if you're overfeeding it, does it really matter? Not really.
I haven't even fed it yet. I've made it. Just haven't fed
it. You did all that work and haven't even fed it.
It's sitting in my freezer 2 feet that way, but I don't want to pull it out and deal with the breaking it. It's cold.
Yeah, it's cold. His little California fingers. Crown Tail Half Moon said, I got some goldfish on February the 14th. Next day they had ick. I removed them from the tank and cured it with 80-degree water, ICX. I'm not sure how to clean and sanitize the tank. It has colored stones and plastic plants.
Ick will die off without a fish host after a couple of days. So especially if you got heat, I was gonna say, especially if you got heat on there, leave the tank empty for 2 or 3 days. But I probably would have just left them in the tank and treated them there, unless it was like a giant tank and medicine costs were high. But I've always done salt and heat for ick for me, and that's worked really well. So I have ick. I think
some though.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
So the crazy thing is, I have actually never had a fish that I have visibly seen ick on.
You better knock on some wood real quick.
Oh, dude, I pre-treat everything that hits the fish room, so they go through that quarantine period, the med trio, everything. I've seen fish with ick. I know what it looks like, but I've never dealt with it. And I'm so scared that it's gonna hit my new fish room and just explode in massive numbers.
That's why you need to knock
just like duckweed.
Can you hear it? Can you hear it? I am knocking away right now.
Yeah.
Hit those 2x4s.
Yeah. Gigi literally pulled out 2 pounds of duckweed from her tank.
A lot of duckweed.
Very true. Very true. They said they're trying to dry it out. Video hopefully coming soon. Yeah,
looking forward to it.
Everyone in the chat and the stream here haven't subscribed to Aquatic Monkey Business, so you guys should jump over there and subscribe to them too. They're
if they remember their password.
Yeah, if they remember their password, they can upload it. But I'm sure they will.
Yeah.
All right, we're hitting like a little over an hour and a half now, guys.
Are we?
Yeah.
Well, only about an hour for Trent, but you know.
Hey.
That's an hour and 7 minutes because he was 31 minutes late.
It's either going to be my phone's going to die first or about 8 o'clock. I got to get out. I got to help the wife with the sick kid.
I think your phone died the last time, right?
It did.
Right when we were about to end, too.
And my phone's not fully charged. Like I started like 80%. I was driving home, charging it. And so I'm really hoping it lasts at least till 8 o'clock.
You gotta get like a little charger to plug into or something.
Well, the issue is, right now I have my headphones plugged into the phone.
Oh, and yeah, you get the...
Yeah, you have to get that double weird jack thing. Apple, you know.
But coming, though, we'll have a full new live stream setup. It's going to be great. Things are in the works.
Gonna have to get a little table like I just got. I'm improving. It's moving on up in the world.
It's in the works. It's coming. I got a door in the fishing room today, so we're making progress.
He does have a door. I
Do you
opened
have-
and closed the door multiple
Say-
times.
Do you have walls to prevent people from going around the door, or
Yeah.
I have walls.
You
I have
can't fit through
electrical.
them unless you crawl.
I'm a pretty small person.
You would still have to crawl though.
Yeah.
I was able to slide in between one of the slots today. I was like unfit, so it worked out. Crown Tail says, yes, the tank is big. I have no fish since the 14th of February. However, I don't have the heater in it. Is it safe to use now? Could I use boiling water to clean the tank?
I'm sure Ick is gone by now.
Yeah, it's-
if you've had no feet,
over.
yeah. Like I said, I think it's 2 days without a fish host or 3 days, something like
Yeah,
that.
it's not very long. Yeah.
So yeah, you're definitely, you should be fine.
Yeah, I mean, with the plastic plants, you can just pull them out and
sanitize them if you really wanted
just
to.
run
yeah.
them through some hot water and you'll be fine. So
yeah, you could have just drained the whole tank and just let it kind of dry out and do it that too. So that's always
but
an option.
if you haven't done that, just pull the plastic plants out and just pour some boiling water on them. You should be totally fine. So the
You
gravel,
probably don't even need to do that, but yeah,
If
if
you want
it
to.
makes you feel better.
Yeah. All right, I think that's. Have we got to the bottom of the chat now?
I think so.
Wow, good job, guys. That's impressive.
Kinda.
We haven't done that yet. We haven't actually answered every question, so that's pretty cool. I'm liking putting it on the screen. Let me know if you guys like that, because
I like it. I just don't like how Streamline's so slow.
yeah, it's really
Yeah.
really slow. It's taken me quite a long time to get the questions to come up properly. So
I've got to learn this StreamYard because I guess I'm next for the hosting.
you are. Well, what you can do is just send me your stuff, and then you can use my account. We'll make it. We'll go that way. David
it'll
is
be
still
great.
in the stream here. I just pulled out lots of duckweed, feed it to my shaboinkin. Shabunkin? I never remember how to pronounce that. Goldfish, they love it. Yeah, I don't have any goldfish, so.
I would say the only tank that doesn't have duckweed anymore is my goldfish tank at my office. It had a bunch of duckweed, and now it's spotless.
Yep, I used to, when I had my goldfish, I used to feed it to them. That tank is currently inhabited with fish that none of you can see yet.
They're beautiful. They are beautiful. I saw them today.
I actually, I don't know how far the camera was going to go over, so like in preparation, I actually taped paper over half that tank.
Here, let me see. I'll
Put you as the full one.
I'll just make it the full.
Oh, I can see the tape or the paper. Oh, you just got rid of it.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it. It's on
Hold
the
on,
screen.
how do you make it just one?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't usually use StreamYard. I use what's it called, Stream
Now
Ninja or
it's
something
just
like
me. Now it's just me. Oh no!
Oh, there it is. No, don't look.
Go back to this. Yeah.
I was really
Now they can
tempted
see
to
it.
write secret across the paper.
that.
Can I just like make you the? I don't know how
See,
to do it.
Here's that rainbow shark up in the corner here.
Yeah. See, this is okay. I kind of like this. You can see more of my rack and everything.
If anybody has issues with rapid movement, quit the stream now.
Just everything just zooming in and out. Just keep going back and forth. There we go. We'll go back to this. This was a good one. So, Crown Tail Half Moon. We talked about the glow betas earlier in the chat and in the stream. We all kind of agree that we like some of the things they're doing, but we don't like the fish themselves.
No, if you're looking for a beautiful betta, check out Salt City Aquatics and buy some of Peter's.
Doing great plugs for me today.
Homebred,
Yeah.
fantastic.
He's better at that than you, Peter. Come
Yeah.
on, step up your game.
You know, I have a hard time doing that, as you guys know. I like to, even in all my own streams, I'm still shouting you guys out and other people, so I get yelled at for not doing my own thing. So.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with glowfish personally, but I mean, especially like I can see some of the tetras, like some of the red tetras and stuff, look really cool. But yeah, even like the beta fish, I think the non-glow beta fish just look better. So,
Yeah, they do. I don't like green. I don't like the electric.
I'm not a
green.
highlighter yellow person.
Yeah, it's just not. It's not.
I like how Michael put it because you're right. Like even when they're under the light, they don't seem to pop any different.
Yeah, they look exactly the same. So I think they just made a green fish. But
Yeah.
Well, they're supposedly coming out with like a pink one, which
Yeah,
I
and
think
a
will
blue
be
one.
really popular. I think those two are going to be really, really popular.
yeah,
And I'm actually kind of excited to see how those look because I think that's going to bring a lot of new people into it.
I think the
but-
blue will be really cool when they get to blue. I think that'll be awesome. As David says, GMO glow betas. On one hand, they're cool. On the other hand, it's kind of like Frankenstein fish. It's very true. Sharon Trent wants to know, when are we going to see the fish?
I was hoping to show them by the end of this month, but it's
Here, let me
realistically.
I figured out how to do
probably-
it. I figured it out. Now it's just you, Trent.
Damn
You're
it!
the
If you
only
don't, so I can't swear. Dang it! If you show these fish off, I promise. Like,
It's only
We
you.
can't see him. We can see the puffer though.
Okay. There
oh
we go.
yeah, you
We're
can
back.
look at the puffer all you
Oh,
want.
okay.
Like,
Okay, we'll go back again. So we'll just make everybody freak out because we're just going back and forth. Well, now it's Trent's stream, so everyone enjoy Trent's stream.
I really like how you put the paper over that. That's clever.
that's one reason why I was late. Is like I cannot show these fish yet. I have to put paper up.
You should have
And
printed out your logo and just stuck your logo on it
Yeah,
like
you
over
could've
and
put the
over
new thing I just
again.
gave you today.
Dude, I didn't have time to think about printing. I was already getting flack for being late. So as soon as the fish room is built, like so, drywall's happening next weekend. Then after that, like it's full steam ahead. After that, painting, floor in, everything's gonna come together. But once everything is actually situated in the room, the 90 cube will be the first tank that goes up because that's what everybody wants to see the most. So as soon as I get that tank up, these fish are going in like, and I'll give you this much. The internet says I should not be keeping this fish the way I am, but I really hope this blows people's minds. I hope this shows people that you can actually keep this fish in your own conditions, not anything special, and I hope to attract a lot of people to this fish based on that.
Yeah.
Because I personally believe, and I'm not going to say the name because then I'll just get fired from YouTube. The #1 fish channel on YouTube, I believe he gives personal opinion, but not all the facts that can be associated with this fish.
See, I don't
think he's
remember
giving
what
a
fish
lot
you
away.
got.
Oh, really? Oh, I don't remember.
I'm
But
sure
then
he's
again, I
told
saw him
me.
today.
I'm
Yeah.
just not. Yeah, I just can't remember. As soon as we get off any messages, I'm gonna be like, oh, that's right. Yeah.
Also, Trent, do a plug for Houston Manzanita right now. Give your discount code so that people can,
I'm going to drop it in there.
yeah, do that. It'll be in the chat. I think it's, what, 20% off?
20% off. So at HoustonManzanita.com.
Because you're going to be using all of their hardscape for the 90 cube, correct?
Everything, yes.
Oh, I remember what they are now.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yep.
I just like I knew I'd remember it. I just couldn't think of it.
So Adam with Houston Manzanita,
It's your time. Sean and I
one
know
of
what time it is.
one of the best people I've worked with. So WEL-DON 20 will get you 20% off his entire site. I'm hoping to incorporate. I need to talk with Adam more about this, but I really want to bring him on and put a banner in my fish room of Houston Manzanita. Customer service top notch.
Yeah, Adam's a great guy.
Just product.
He sells like
top-notch.
pleco caves, fish food, and some stuff like that too.
Yeah, let me
Correct.
grab
So
I've got a pleco cave right here.
Yep, I'm actually using some of his pleco caves in the tank that you can no longer see right now with the L199s.
I guess these aren't pleco caves. They're like shrimp
The honeycombs.
houses. Yeah, but these are really cool because they set on top of each other and you can like reorient them. So I really like these.
This big piece of wood that's kind of hard to see. That's mainly over here. Is Houston Manzanita. So
Yeah, he's a great guy. I was messaging with him all day today, practically too. So
Yeah, he just got some new holographic stickers in.
yeah,
I
they're
love
incredible.
that.
If there's
just
any
don't need to buy anything.
90 babies that collected Pokemon cards, there's your holographic sticker you got to get.
Well, all you have to do is buy $100 worth of stuff from him, and then he'll
I
send
know.
you
I
one
just
for free. So
I just don't need anything. That's the problem.
But you
we
got-
always
but then-
need something.
Yeah. No, I need to redo the office tank. Maybe I'll buy some wood for that.
There you go.
But
Is that-
Maria
that's
was
a-
asking. That's the 20-gallon goldfish tank.
Yeah,
Maria was asking what to do with that 200, 220. Buy some stuff from Adam.
there you go. 20% off. You can get a great deal.
Adam, like if you message Adam through Facebook and ask him, like tell him, because Michael did this. They'll have a 220-gallon tank. Here's my thoughts are. Adam will personally go dig through his inventory, take some pictures, and give you options,
Yeah.
and actually like help you design.
Yeah, his
Tanks.
recommendations.
Yeah. And he really cares about it too. So
yeah, basically I went to him and was like, hey, I've got a 75-gallon. I want something that's going to take up about a third, if not more of it. I want something that's a very cool centerpiece wood. It's going to be the main piece of my aquarium. And I've got about $150 to spend. And he goes, here are your options. You can either do one big piece, or you can do a couple of these little pieces that would fit together really cool. Or, you know, it was great. And I absolutely love the piece that I got. So
no, your tank came out perfect. It's beautiful.
Love it.
Griffin Fish Room is in the house. Good to see you, Griffin. David says, yes, every tank he has duckweed in it. Also said, nice rack. Thank you, David. Appreciate it, man. David is the president, the new appointed president or voted in president of the UFGA. Again, I'll do a plug here on the IFGA show, March 28th and 29th, Salt Lake City. Come hang out with us. Trent and I are going to be streaming. We're going to be doing videos there. We're going to be having talks, interviews. There are going to be some incredible speakers. They're going to be talking about everything from genetic lines to medications to guppies and the history of guppies, like where they've come from, like how they've gotten to where they are now. It's going to be it's going to be intense. I'm so excited. So Crowntail Half Moon says, Peter, do you have any advice on how to create a guppy strain from using one male? I got a unique male from cross mixed. Yeah, so we talked about this a little bit earlier, getting just virgin females. So when you have a fry drop, the minute you can tell their sex, pull the female separate from the males, and then you can start really breeding for that specific color, because the color comes from males, not from females. So that's a good way to start. Let's see, Sarah? That's right?
I think it's Serolf.
Serolf. Fans of pseudomogil fish. I just got the luminist and jerk, whatever words, going to breed them.
I know it's the luminatus. These are the little pom-pom rainbows, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
I've seen them in person. I think they look good. I just
the ones
haven't
with
had a
like
chance to
the
keep
weird things on their heads.
them.
Those ones.
I think so.
Okay. I just did the devil symbol, but that's
their fins extend past their head, and they look like they're waving little pom poms when they swim.
So Ian wants to know what the fish are, Trent. And Ian, if you don't know, is actually my partner over at the Salt City Aquatics. He's actually started Salt City Aquatics, and then I partnered up with him. So he has
Ian,
all the.
I'll loop you in after the stream, because if all goes well, the eventual goal is to try my hand at breeding them, but they are still very young and juvenile, so we got some time.
He's actually texting me too, asking me about that. It's going to be really intrigued at what you're doing here. And then he said again later on, what are they? And then I'll put the WEL-DON 20 at HoustonManzanita.com, get you 20% off of anything. I think it's everything in his store.
It's everything across the entire site.
I mean, you can get Rapashi on his site. You can get rocks. You can get wood. You can get everything. So, and he's got some really beautiful, like those bonsai trees. Those things.
He's got some nice bonsais. Yeah.
I really, really wanted one of those, but I just didn't have anywhere to put them. So
yeah,
he actually just brought in probably some of the best black. I think it's the black Sirius stone or Sirius stone.
Yes, I love that stuff.
Best stuff I've ever seen.
Yeah, I really want to use some of that. Maybe I'll spend $100 on that. I don't know.
There we go. We're getting Michael. You need to rescape that 10-gallon, right?
I know. Yes.
Yeah. Or you can rescape your tank at your office.
Yeah, or both. 100 pounds is a lot of rock.
Yeah, it is a lot of rock.
Or $100 worth.
Crowntail Half Moon, how do you guys store and dechlorinate water for multiple tanks?
I use a Python.
Yeah, I don't store. The only thing I store water for is my saltwater tank. That's a completely different topic.
Yeah.
I fill up and dechlorinate as I'm filling back up.
Yeah, that's what I do too. Since you guys got me hooked on the Python, so.
Yes.
And your lazy water changes?
Yeah, now I'm super lazy. I got auto feeders on every tank, and I'm doing lazy water changes with the Python.
Hey,
so
we never told you to get the auto feeders. That's that was your choice.
Well, I needed them. I was gone for so much.
Yeah, that's true.
It helps out a lot, and now I know that all of my food's getting dispensed the exact same twice a day. So
I'm going to say thank you to David, because that's the best compliment about my headset I've ever heard.
His news headset.
Newscaster.
Like the side of the Super Bowl.
Back to you, Michael and Peter, live from Think Tank Media.
Yeah, I can just hold up my camera. I got a shoulder rig over there.
Yeah, there you go. Maria said, we will be ordering some. There you go.
Message Adam and tell him that Trent with Well-Done Tank sent you, and he'll take care of you.
He'll take care of you guys for sure. He's a great guy. Really, really nice. HG Aquatics said, hey, everybody.
I just hit my headphone. Or my microphone.
Well, it sounded great. We all appreciated it.
Yeah, I had to run over and get my
Ian
shoulder
says, sounds good.
See, so that way we can...
I think we're getting official here.
Oh, gosh.
That way we can film Trent.
Think Tank Media. Okay, let's do this.
We can film Trent. Just stick him.
And then, okay, now we're filming Trent. This is all you get.
Careful, I twitch.
Crown Tail says, Peter is spotting tail more dominant over striped tail in guppy. That's a great question. I'm still getting more into the genetic structure kind of stuff. David, if you can answer that one for me, that would be great. I have the name Guppy Guru, yet I don't know everything. So
self-proclaimed Guppy Guru.
Yeah, self-proclaimed. There's the only name I could really get on Instagram and YouTube at the same time. So I took it, and I was super happy I got it. So
he is speaking lies. Don't listen to him.
Yeah, I'm speaking truth.
One and only Guppy Guru.
Yes. Sharon said, good night, guys. Great stream. Appreciate it, Sharon. Good to see you. Always nice.
Sharon is by far one of my top supporters on my channel. So thank you, Sharon, for coming in. Appreciate you.
Yeah, she's been awesome. HG Aquatics says, how is everyone? Everyone's doing good, I think. We're almost hitting the 2-hour stream mark here, so I think we might end it here in a second. I think you guys probably agree.
I think my phone will hold out. I really hope it does.
Okay. Well, maybe let's make it another couple seconds here, and then we can head out. So.
Well.
Any final questions?
Oh, hey, Sophie.
Yeah, we got a guest appearance for a minute.
Here, we'll do this. Sophie.
Is that's the fish.
She's the cutest, guys. She's so cute. Maria said Pikachu might get some nice perches from Houston Manzanita.
I thought of an idea for that 200-gallon. Get some nice wood that sticks out of the top, so your fish can sit there or not your fish, your bird. Your bird can sit outside of the water, and then get some of those. What is it? The bison? Yeah, the archer fish that shoot at it. That'd be fun.
Could you imagine Pikachu catching those out of the air?
Yeah, I'd love that.
Surf and turf.
Yeah, what it's isn't there another fish there's a flying fish to get one of those?
Mm-hmm.
Or the butterfly. There's that butterfly.
Oh,
fish
the butterfly betta.
Yeah, those are pretty cool. HG Aquatics says that's great. Bye.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we're almost getting to the end of the stream here, so we appreciate everyone for joining us. Peak, I think at 24, 25.
Something like that.
Well, it's been fun. Appreciate everybody coming in.
She's the only one on the stream right now. She deserves all the love.
Yeah, she's not feeling great, so
no.
I don't know how energetic she's going to be tonight.
It's okay. All right. Well, we appreciate everyone. If you haven't joined all of our channels and subscribed to all of our channels, please do so. We've got myself, Guppy Guru, and on this side. Nope, this side. I was right the first time. That side, we've got Michael Pohl from Bay Area Aquatics. And then in the last place over there, because he came in super, super late, we've got Trent from Well-Done Tanks. Make sure you're subscribed to all of our stuff so you guys can see all of the great things we have coming up. So we appreciate all of you guys, and we'll see you on the next one.
See you guys.
Have a good night, everybody.